Hi everyone, so this is week 15 of my pregnancy vlogs and wow, it's time seems to be going faster and faster and faster now. So, thank you, Benix. I had my appointment with the OB this past week and it went really well. I really like her, she's really nice, and it was just like a meet and greet because I'm like one of those, every time I'm pregnant now, it's like I'm one of those potential high risk people. Because Zayden was premature, now it's always high risk. And because of Zayden, also at the end I had blood pressure issues. So I'm automatically put potential for high risk with every pregnancy. So the doctor's always like, okay, well, let's get an OB in our back pocket just in case. So I met her and I had to go through my history with the other two pregnancies and deliveries, and she took a ton of notes, and I was really pleased to hear, like, she was shocked that they made me go 4 hours of bleeding after delivery of Enix. She's like, they shouldn't have waited that long. Like, you can't put the blood back after it's gone. So she's like, I highlighted it in my notes. That'll be put in your chart. That if I'm not there, that whoever is there knows that if you start to bleed, that we will fight it aggressively right from the beginning and get it to stop. So that gives me a lot more peace because, like, some women die. Like, they bleed so much that they die after labor. So, like, I don't want that to happen to me. I want to live. So that gives me a lot of peace knowing that they are going to be prepared for the worst case scenario and that they won't wait for it to get bad. They'll just treat it right away. And then she also has me lined up now for the triple screen tests to see, not to see if the baby has Down syndrome, because for me, I went abort anyways, but she said that there are other markers that they can see in the blood with whether or not you have higher risk or more potential than other people to have gestational hypertension and premature babies. So she wants to see those levels. So I'll get my blood work done next week. And then she's like, I'll see you in the new year. Then when you're like 28 weeks, we're going to get a swab because the swab will tell, again, whether or not there's increased chance of a premature birth, I guess. And then she wants, if I make it to 34 weeks, another ultrasound at 34 weeks, just to see the size and growth of the baby and monitor my blood pressure. And so between the two doctors, there's going to be a lot of appointments, but I'm in good hands. So that went really well. Then the other good news that is this week is I am finally starting to I'm starting to feel pure joy about having this baby. I know it sounds horrible, but up to now, because I think it's three things. Because the baby was a surprise and I was not even thinking about it whatsoever. Because we had originally thought we would have three, but then for like 6 months to a year, kept debating it in our heads with whether or not we can afford one or how will that work in our life, the idea of starting over from scratch again. We had decided no. And so those are all my last thoughts about a third in my head. Were all like negative. And I've really had to work on my thinking of it. Even saying like this baby's a surprise. I'm trying now to say more of like this baby's a gift. This child's a gift to us. We weren't thinking about having another. We weren't trying to have another. God has blessed us with another gift, and trying to stop thinking about, and it's hard because like my friends and family, their natural instincts are like, what are you going to do about your car? What are you going to do about the bedrooms? What are you going to do? Their natural thoughts are going towards the negative as well, or the concerns, right? About having a third. Are you still going to be able to work? How are you going to afford to live? And it's like, I've had to stop them now and be like, you know what? It is what it is, and I can choose to constantly rely on the concerns and the questions and the fears, or I can just be like, you know what, it's not ideal, but this is my life, this is a blessing, and this is exciting, and we're going to make the best of it. After having a miscarriage, like with Phoenix, we didn't even pick his name out till 2 weeks before, right? So I was scared to start having any dreams, any true feelings of this is my baby and this is our life now, we're gonna have 2 kids, because I knew firsthand how easily those dreams can be taken away from you. And I think that's another part of it. Like, once you've had a miscarriage, well, for me at least, there's this guard up, and it's like you want to be really excited and happy, but you know how painful it is if your baby's taken away and it's wiped away. And then every time I feel any type of discomfort, and most of the time all that discomfort is like stretching of ligaments or your uterus because of growth, or every time you feel anything down below, like with discharge related things, you're just like, alarm bells start going off in your head. You're like, uh-oh. Like, I can't even count the amount of times I'm dropping Zayden off at school and I feel something down below and I'm like, oh my goodness, am I bleeding? Am I having another miscarriage? And I just rush home to find that it's, I'm fine. There's nothing. So I think now I'm starting to the fears of losing the baby are starting to dissipate. And I'm just starting to feel, finally, which I'm so thankful for, because I know that it's important and I want to feel the pure joy and the pure enthusiasm of having another baby and being able to start over again, being able to have those sleepless nights and have that little snuggle bug of a baby, to be able to see this child grow up and have them interact with the older brothers. I'm just thrilled, and I'm really happy that I'm finally feeling that inside, because that's normal. My other pregnancy symptoms, this past week, my appetite has just dropped so much. Like, I'm eating probably half, if not a quarter of what I normally would, because my stomach fills up so much. I definitely have grown this past week, and I think it's just because I'm carrying quite high up and my stomach just must be getting squished, because like, I look at the plate and think I need to eat more food. This is not enough food for me. So now I'm learning to stop when I start to feel full. Otherwise, it's not worth it. It doesn't matter how much I eat, just stop. Listen to my body. So I'm learning that. And yeah, I think that is it. I'll show you the belly. It is a lot bigger. And I'm wearing white today, so you will see it in its entirety. Okay, I'll try to do a better job of this week. So look at that belly. Oh my goodness. I've grown so much. Sorry about all the lines. It's the tank top underneath the shirt, but oof, a lot bigger. See a little bit more because the white shirt is quite high, the bump, but I can't believe I still have a waistline. Yeah, that's week 15 belly. So yeah, I think I'm a lot rounder this week. Oh, my belly. Okay, so that is it for this week. Hi, baby. Definitely, I'm happy that, like, even though I'm still quite big for 15 weeks, I'm not as big as I thought I would be when I started my growth so early on. I thought I'd be a lot bigger than this, so I'm happy about that. And I love the belly. I love it being so big and hard. And I actually had a friend comment with me wearing a coat this past week. She's like, is something in your pocket? I'm like, no. She's like, oh, that's your baby bump. I can see it through your coat now. So that's great. I love it. I love that. I love the big belly. So I'm really excited about that. So anyways, we will touch base again with you next week.